Yeah, create a project, criteria test, criterias test. Just I'll create a bean, employee bean, create employee, private int employee ID, private string name, salary. Write a default constructor and yeah. Generate getters and setters. Generate one parameterized constructor also here. Parameterized constructor is optional one. It is not mandatory. Okay, it's optional. Then for this employee, create a mapping file. Create a mapping file and create a configuration file. So one employee.hbm.xml file, it's a mapping file. In this mapping file, map your bean, beans dot employee, need to map to table, employee table, schema system, and employee table properties are employee bean properties ID, name, email, salary. Now here we have configuration file, rkl.cfg.xml file, rkl driver name, URL, username, password, pool, and to create table create, and our XML file name is employee XML file. Now insert some data in table. Later I will make select operations using criteria. Insert data into employee. Configuration CFG equal to new configuration. CFG dot configured. Here you should load resources slash rkl.cfg.xml file. Then you can build session factory. CFG dot build session factory. Then after open session. SF dot open session. Then transaction session dot begin transaction. Then create employee objects. Employee E1 equal to new employee, pass ID 111, name ABC, email ABC email, salary, some 60,000 salary. Create one more employee, employee E2, employee E3, employee E4. Okay. Now save these 4 employees. Session dot save of E1, session dot save of E2, E3, E4. Finally, transaction dot commit. Finally, close your session. Now data insertion success. The table name is employee table. Go through Oracle console and check it. Select star from employee. Here is our employee data. Here is our employee data. Now from this data, if you want to get select operations, if you want to do select operations on that data, make here HPM to DDL, update, keep data as it is, and do select operations. Select all using criteria. Select all using criteria. How to make select all operation? For doing select operations, transactions not required. Then first to create criteria, session dot create criteria. The criteria for which class? Employee class. So you need to pass employee class reference here. While creating criteria, you need to pass employee class reference. And the return type of this create criteria method is criteria. It will return as criteria. Criteria C. So without applying any restriction, without applying any projection, if I call c.list, what it will return directly? List of employee objects it will return. Now you can iterate for each employee list. You can print all the employees' names. C dot get name. Not only name, it will return everything. All the employees' names. Then their respective email IDs if you want to get. If you want to get address, salary, he dot get salary. Yeah, we have multiple parameters, right? That multiple employees, name, email, salaries, 60, 70, 80, 90,000. Okay. So like this you can get all the records using criterias. Now if you want to apply conditions, select operations using, now you need to apply select operations using restrictions. Run a main method here. In that main method, apply restrictions. How to apply restrictions? My required condition, if it is where equal to, if you want to apply equals to, or if you want to apply where greater than or less than, or where between, or where like. Such type of operations you can do here. How we can do? First to session dot create criteria. Criteria for which class? Employee class. Return type is criteria. Now for this criteria, if you want to apply condition, if you want to apply condition using restrictions, let's say if you want to apply condition where equal to condition, if you want to apply, you can apply like this: restrictions dot eq. I want to know ID where 111. Do you have any ID where 111? First record. Now this restrictions return type is criterion. Now finally this criterion you can add to your criteria. Add to criteria, then finally call c dot unique result. unique result only. Sorry, the method name is unique result. It will return as single employee object. It will return. Now you can print employee dot get name, then emp dot get email. You can get all the records. Okay, just print employee name and email. Here we have name and email, abc@gmail.com, where id equal to 111. Like this you can get only one record by applying equals. In case instead of applying equals, if you want to apply this, where greater than if you want to apply, where greater than if you want to apply, you can go through GT means greater than, which is greater than salary greater than 7,000 record. I want to know here 70,000. Salary greater than 70,000. How many records? There is a chance to have any number of records. So then instead of reading a plain employee object, read list of employees. C dot call list. It will return list of employees. Now iterate for each employee, iterate employee list. That's it, right? Now it will return how many employees? Salary greater than 70,000 employees are only 2, def and xyz. These two are greater than salary 70,000 employees. So the 2 employees records we are getting here. Okay. And in case if you want to get only partial record, means one column if you want to get, only name or only email if you want to get, you need to go through projections. Select operations using projections. Select using projections. Using projection, what we can do, we can apply some partial required object. Column names you can apply here. Projections dot property name. I want to get only name. So finally the return type is projection. Now add this projection to criteria using set projection method. Finally you can call C dot list of what it will return, string values it will return. For each name, iterate list. Okay, in this way you can get partial record. In case if you want to get name and email both, then we have to create 2 projections. Projection 1 for name, projection 2 for email. Create one more projection here. That projection for email. Now these 2 projections you need to add to a projection list. So projections dot, there is one projection list method. It will return as projection list object. In that projection list PL, add, this one is projection list, not P1. In this projection list, add first one P1, add next P2. Then finally add that P list here. Then execute. Now what it will return? List of object arrays it will return. So for each list what we can get? What we can expect here? For each list iteration we can expect a object. So you can typecast that object, or else directly you can print object of 0 is your name, object of 1 is email. Names and emails. We are getting 2 columns data. So in this way you can apply projections list. Projections list is useful to add number of projections to criteria. Okay, using projection list you can achieve it. Then aggregate functions, if you want to execute here, aggregate functions using projections. Aggregate functions using projections. Create here a criteria for employee. Create a criteria for employee. Then here create a projection. Projections dot, I want to know the average salary. Finally, what it will return? Projections. It will return only projection. Add this projection to criteria. C dot set projection. Add P. Then finally call C dot. What it will return? Unique result. What we can expect? In the form of double, it may return average salary. We are calling average function only, right? So you can expect average salary here. Finally, here is my average salary. 75,000 is average salary on 4 employees. 75,000 is the average salary. Okay. Then if you want to know the max ID or maximum salary, if you want to know, change the projections. Use here max function, max salary. So what it will return in the form of long, it will return. Long or integer, actual type is integer, right? Salary type is, so you can expect integer highest salary, highest salary. Highest salary is 90,000. Highest salary is 90,000 here. Okay. Then if you want to execute any min functions, execute min functions. Okay, count functions, average, sum, all these functions you can execute. If you want to know the sum of salaries, here you can use sum. Pass sum of salaries. So sum of salaries you can expect in the form of long. Long sum of all salaries, all employee salaries. How it will get? 60, 70, 130, 80, 2, 1, 3. So sum is 3 lakhs. Sum of salary we are getting here 3 lakhs. So this kind of aggregate functions also you can execute using criterias. So using criterias we can execute. We can use restrictions and as well as projections. By using restrictions we can apply conditions. By using projections we can get a partial column records we can get, and we can call aggregate functions also here. Okay.